Oh my gosh.
Let's watch a fun little video.
You can literally die from a broken heart, and it's called broken heart syndrome, and it does not affect males and females equally. So, what would you guess? Does it affect males or females more? Well, we'll answer that question shortly, as well as discuss what broken heart syndrome actually is, and what is thought to potentially cause it. Could it be that horrible breakup that you went through, or is it something else? It's going to be a heartfelt one. So, let's jump into this anatomical awesomeness. So what is broken heart syndrome? Broken heart syndrome is technically known as Takotsubo cardiomyopathy, which is Japanese for a heart muscle problem that looks like an octopus trap. And you might be thinking, what in the world does that mean? Well, it's actually a pretty good name because with broken heart syndrome, the heart actually changes its shape and balloons out. And it does in fact look like the pot that's used to catch octopus. But in order for us to have a better understanding of what's going on here, we need to cover some important heart anatomy. So here you can see a real human heart. And the heart is made up of 4 chambers, 2 atrial chambers, so a right and left atrium, and 2 ventricular chambers, so a right and left ventricle. The right side of the heart is essentially dealing with deoxygenated blood that's returning from the body tissues. The right atrium that you can see here will gather that deoxygenated blood, and then that blood will pass through the tricuspid valve and into the right ventricle that you can see the probe in now. The right ventricle will then pump that blood through the pulmonary trunk into the lungs. We then breathe out the carbon dioxide, breathe in some oxygen, and then that blood will go back to the left atrium, which you can see here. And remember, we now have oxygenated blood. That oxygenated blood will move from the left atrium and into the left ventricle. And then the left ventricle will pump and squeeze that blood into the garden-sized hose of an artery that you can see here called the aorta. I mean, just look at how massive this artery is. It's incredible. But another really cool thing that you can notice here is look at the size difference in the right ventricle versus the size of the left ventricle. The muscular wall of the right ventricle is noticeably thinner than the muscular wall of the left ventricle. And this is because the right ventricle only has to pump blood right next door to the lungs, whereas the left ventricle has to pump blood to the entire body. So it has to be stronger. And this left ventricle is going to be important for our story.
All right, everybody coming in, say hello. I see the chat's up. Hello to Alicia, April, and Jennifer. Hi.
The
All
chat.
right,
Where's the chat?
Make sure you share it out. We got more videos. And let's go ahead and get into that intro.
Oh, sorry. I was doing something first.
Welcome in.
Okay, so here we go. Oh, shoot. That was too small. Before we begin tonight's live episode, we want to give a quick content advisory. We'll be discussing death, grief, and medical trauma. Listener discretion is advised. This episode is for entertainment and educational purposes only, and any real cases mentioned are based on publicly available information. Welcome to our February Valentine's special, where for the next 4 weeks we explore love stories so powerful that reach beyond life itself. Tonight, we're talking about something that sounds poetic, but is actually very real and medically documented. Broken heart syndrome. Sorry.
Broken heart syndrome, also known as Takotsubo.
Takotsubo.
There we go. Whatever.
Myopathy. Cardiomyopathy.
Taco soup.
Taco soup.
Takotsubo cardiomyopathy.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Miss Smarty Pants.
Happens when extreme emotional stress floods the body with stress hormones like adrenaline. This sudden surge can temporarily stun the heart muscle, causing the left ventricle to change shape and weaken. The symptoms look almost identical to a heart attack. Chest pains, shortness of breath, a sudden collapse, but instead of blocked arteries, it's emotional shock that triggers the event. Losing a loved one, intense fear, grief, or even an overwhelming joy can all set it off. In many cases, people recover, but sometimes the damage is too severe.
There have been heartbreaking real life cases of long married couples dying within hours or days of each other, believed to be linked to this very phenomenon. So, couples like Clifford and Marjorie Harms, they were married 71 years, who passed away only hours apart, and Henry and Jeanette Frisk, high school sweethearts married for over 6 decades who died or unalive, sorry, on the same day, just hours between them. Now, doctors believe the shock of losing a lifelong partner can physically overwhelm the heart itself. Tonight, we'll explore the science behind broken heart syndrome, the emotional bonds that may trigger it, and the hauntingly romantic idea that sometimes love is so strong the heart simply can't go on alone. This Valentine's Day season, we ask a chilling question: can you really die of a broken heart? And off we have Jennifer in the comments. She says, my grandma's boyfriend passed away because of that. That's really sweet.
Man,
That
and
is.
I do believe that is a real thing.
It is. When you go in for chest pains, they actually try to rule it out.
Really?
They do. That's one of the things they rule out.
Wow.
Uh,
That's
and
crazy.
these are the symptoms: chest pain, shortness of breath, dizziness and fainting, fatigue, and cold sweats. That also mimics a heart attack. So
Yes, so it is said to mimic a heart attack, but it's a little bit different. Um, Now, I do have some stories here. I forgot to send these to y'all. I'm so sorry. This was posted 3 years ago, originally. So it's kind of an older story, but someone said, my parents passed over a week ago. Yesterday was the first day that I didn't cry the whole day and started to feel more numb than sad. But then it was hit by the sudden tight chest pain and shortness of breath while making dinner. I have anxiety, so I brushed it off. But it's now the next day and it hasn't gone away. Burning, tight chest, and my pain, shortness of breath. I'm 26. Does anyone have experience like this? Not looking for a medical advice, but I'll likely need to go to the doctor. Oh,
definitely.
yeah, I should have read that before I read it. Sometimes I
Wow.
skim, but there are some here too, is they're like they explained that they had anxiety when they lost a parent, and
Mhm.
um so this is what this person said: I had anxiety before I lost my mom, and it had just been getting worse. My chest tightens, my high heart rate, and the feeling that I'm out of or short of breath is persistent. I think it's what's been making me feel exhausted, and they've been sleeping a lot. I'm trying to be more intentional in reducing my anxiety through deep breathing and cold shocks. I'll put an ice pack on my chest to make a few seconds of the shower colder. It does help me. These are part of the technique called TIP, for panic, temperature, intense exercise, paced breathing, and paired muscle relaxation. I'm not sure if any of these could possibly make your symptoms worse, so try with caution. I hope it helps. I feel like we're getting more into the health side of it.
Yeah, I'd rather
Yeah, a
get
little
into the
bit
other realm. I'd rather get in the other realm of it if we can.
Yeah.
because
Thank you.
um I'm sorry to say, but it is kind of boring.
It's not only
It's
boring,
I don't think
it's
it's boring.
triggering.
I
It's
don't
Well,
triggering.
yeah, I mean that too. That's
For
probably
me,
yeah.
I do have always liked learning about like
Yes.
anatomy. It's very
I could tell
interesting.
you this right now, the sleeping part is true. When you're going to a coronary, like anything from a heart attack, anything with your heart, leading up to it, it can start up to 3 weeks prior. You will sleep a lot. You will feel so tired. It can start up 2 to 3 weeks prior to the actual event.
That's crazy.
It is. And I'm telling you right now, a big risk factor is depression, chronic illnesses, and Stress, people stress puts out hormones, and we got to remember that. And when you're going through something like a breakup or a death of a loved one, it's going to hit your body, and sometimes it can do some damage.
So a lot of people just don't get diagnosed. It goes undiagnosed.
Yes, a lot of them.
That's mind
Because
blowing.
Well, there is
because
a story. Sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna, because people, oh, it's just anxiety. It's just
Yeah.
anxiety or
Yeah.
heartburn.
Yeah.
So,
That's
So
true.
the
Yeah.
Yeagers, they were in Iowa. After a car accident, nurses
Story of my
kept
life. Sorry.
after a car accident, nurses kept 90-year-old Norma and 94-year-old Gordon Yeager. They were married for 72 years, and they were in the same ICU room. Gordon passed holding Norma's hand, and she passed an hour later still holding it.
oh,
It's kind of bittersweet, especially like around that age. You're kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
it's it's a lot of story. Even on the American Heart Association, there's a story. She wasn't having a heart attack; it was broken heart syndrome. So even the American Heart Association has stories of broken heart syndrome.
yes.
So
That's
that's
just.
amazing.
Ooh, excuse me. I just burped.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was
So
reading some of them.
the other one is from the Winsteins. They were in Tennessee. Trent was 88 and Dolores was 83. Um, Winston passed hours apart after 64 years. Hospital staff moved their beds together so they could hold hands as Dolores, who suffered an aneurysm visiting Trent and was let go naturally. 88 and 83.
So it is kind of
It's
like the
part-
notebook.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Because, like I've heard that happen a lot. And it's cute because I find it really adorable because it's like you can't live without them. So, you
It
know,
also could be, it's not only loved ones, it could be a place. It could be something that triggers it. It could be a parent. It could be a
okay.
lot.
Yeah.
It could even be a pet.
yeah, that's true.
Anything that's going to put you onto an extreme amount of stress in a very quick like pace. It can trigger it. People go from having 100% healthy hearts to having this happen, and you know what I mean? No sign.
It's crazy. The
The
most
what? I'm
the
sorry.
one thing you wouldn't think would cause something actually does.
Yeah,
Like the most common thing you wouldn't think of.
that's what I mean. And I don't know. It's like you see these stories about heartbreak
Mhm.
and you're reading them and it's like, wow, that really happened.
Yeah, it is crazy.
So another one I have a long list. Sorry, y'all.
No,
It's
you're good
okay.
because I don't, yeah.
So George and Shirley, they're from Canada. They were married 73 years. They chose medical assistance in passing, made together, MAID, with Shirley approved for her chronic illness, and George later approved finding relief in passing together. So, what do you think about that, like choosing to pass away with somebody?
Well, you're talking about people that lived a lifetime together.
Yeah.
I know, that's just crazy.
They were married 73 years.
I,
I mean, I can
I
see it because
don't.
you're like thinking, how will I go on without this person? And you don't really see life
It
without them.
reminds me of the Titanic song.
Oh my gosh. Finding humor.
I'm sorry, that's a coping mechanism.
Apparently. I mean, you can. I don't know. It's just wild. I mean, I get it if you're that together that long. I could see how you would have a hard time coming back to your house. You know what I mean? You're coming back to
Mhm.
your home. You know their ghosts is be lingering there. You know that you only have to cook for one instead of two. You got probably it, regardless if you have family or not, you might have family come over there bugging the shit out of you. Oh, you're gonna be fine. It's okay. Take it day by day. Blah blah blah. You don't want to hear that shit when you're grieving, right? And then, or say you don't have family around, it's just you, and you can smell their stuff. You're like, oh, this pillow smells like, oh, so how's their drool? How were they here yesterday and their drool is still on the pillow? You think about
And
those things when you're grieving, you know what I mean? And people think you're overthinking, but it's true. Like, things happen so fast. And so you're coming back. I would imagine it would be like coming back to your home. You're like, oh, their stuff is here. Their body's not here. I was just talking to them 5 hours ago, 2 hours ago. You know what I mean? And now I have to plan their funeral. That's horrible. That's a horrible thing to think about. So it could definitely be a heartbreaking moment. So yeah, it's very so to make a choice like
But
to
wouldn't you want
go
to
with them.
stay in your house because you would feel safe
Not if I
with that
mean
person there?
73 years, 50, 40, 30, 20, however long. You found your person and that's the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And then all of a sudden they're gone. Or maybe if it's a child, I rebuke that, God forbid, they're there and then they're not. For your parent, your parent is your best friend and they help you with everything. They're there and then they're just not.
yeah,
And that's a lot. That's a tough pill to swallow. That's what I was kind of like the whole 2025 year. I did a lot of thinking about this. Like, you were just having a conversation with this person and then there was like a freak accident,
and they're
and
Mhm.
gone.
that just like that. And you're thinking, man, I just spoke to them or I just made them eggs or whatever it is. I just held their hand and now they're gone. So that is totally heartbreaking. It's already tough enough losing somebody you care about on a really high level. And then to lose your person, your soulmate. I believe in soulmates. That's just me.
Same. No, same. Mhm.
So when you lose your soulmate, you lose a part of yourself. Like you lose like your other half. But sometimes the universe has a very fucked up sense of humor and they're like, ha, you have to stay alive. you know? So if you had the option, say you've been together.
I feel like you're trying to explain a scenario right now that
I'm just
Yeah.
is
in general,
real
there's
and
like,
that's like
well, I've
what
thought a
you're
lot about
feeling. So
this is what I think about. This has been
because I already know
like,
who I already know who you're talking about.
well, yeah, yeah. A lot of it comes from that him, but it also comes a lot from really good friends that I've had, family that I've had. I've had lost last year, and it was like next thing you know, my aunt's in the yard throwing her top off from dementia, and then the
I'm
next day
sorry.
she's gone. You know what I'm saying? So how do you I think we've
Yeah.
all experienced loss. Everybody that's in the chat and listening. If you haven't, then go fuck yourself. But it's like if you
That wasn't nice.
I
No.
don't apologize.
She does apologize. Not
She
really.
does.
Well,
We apologize for her.
but you know what I mean? Like, it's just you sit in the quiet and you think you're not meditating. You're just, oh, your mind's going 100 miles an hour. and you're thinking, man, I was just talking to this person. So let's say this is your soulmate. This is someone you've been with 30 plus years, 20 years to me is a long time. 15 years is a long time to me. But 50, 75, my God, that's your entire life, you know?
Pretty
Well,
much,
most
yeah.
people who this happens to with the partner, they've been with them since teenagers. They grew with them.
Mhm.
They experienced life with them, ups and
Yeah, all
downs.
stages of life.
You are
Yeah,
basically one at this point.
you are.
Like,
You know what they're thinking before they're thinking it, and vice versa. You have one mind.
and like, Corey and Topanga on Boy Meets World is a great example.
But so you get so here's okay, sorry, back to the thing. So if you've been with that person so long and you go home, if you don't go with them within the next couple hours, couple days, couple months, if you make it that long, you don't know what your life is going to look like when you get back in your home without them. You know what I mean? So maybe the couple that decided that they would go together, I don't think that's such a horrible idea. And I think you could debate religion all day, like if this would be something that would put you in hell or not. I don't think it would. I think choosing to go on an adventure or move to the other side with your person, you know, I don't think that's a bad, especially if you've been together that long. Like you're like, hold on, bitch. If you dying, I'm dying with you. You know what I'm saying?
You would say that.
Yeah. I think that's kind of romantic. It's like Romeo and Juliet but better.
And broken heart syndrome does show up on an EKG. Just to let
Yes.
everybody know.
Yeah. And that's what I was kind of saying in the video before. Hey Robert, welcome in from Toronto. We missed you. We were just having this long conversation about this. Um so the next story I have is the Johnsons. It's unspecified, I guess, where they were living. But Corrine and Bob, they were married 68 years, died 33 hours apart. Bob showed awareness of her absence, and his health declined rapidly after death. Sorry, unalived. I need to stop saying that word. Um, so, with family noting that they passed away on their own terms. So, let me read that again. So, Corrine and Bob married 68 years. They passed 33 hours apart. Bob showed awareness of her absence and his health. Completely after that, his health declined rapidly. Um, and then the family notated that they really felt like he passed away. They passed away on their own terms. So only 33 hours apart. You're married 68 years. I'm not trying to make this a sad life. I'm just wanting y'all to really think about it. When you're at home tonight and you're in your thoughts and your prayers or meditations and you're getting ready and you're settling down like, what would life be without this person? Or what would the end of my life look like?
What would the end what would it look like without me?
I don't want to think about that right now. I'd be awful sad.
What
So,
would you do? Because, like, it's like a friendship thing too, because if you've been friends
yeah,
with someone for so long, it can
Yeah.
happen to them too, like
I
guy
remember
guy or girl, you know? So it's like that's why I asked, but she doesn't want to answer.
I'm having a hard time right now. I'm like, hold on, I need a minute. The cancer's coming out of me. uh, yeah, exactly, Jen. But it's like TMI. But when Justin passed away, I remember being at the funeral home and I had you right here. I had you on this side. We were holding hands.
Mhm.
And then on my right side, I had our friend April. She's holding my hand over here. God bless her out because I was sweating.
Yeah.
And and I thought about that. This is stuff I think about at night. And I know it sounds like really morbid, but that's like the one thing that always comes to my mind. Like, what's going to happen? Like, if something were to happen to you, and I know I'm not like best friends with April, but just anybody that I'm friends with like that, I would be, and I have been so, it's upsetting, especially when you're close to somebody like you and me have been friends for a long time. I would be like, I would go to your grave and I would be like, you need to get it together. Okay. You cannot leave me here by myself. Carly's going to yell at me. I'm like, you could, and then I know your parents are going to be like, what are you doing? And I'll be like, nothing. This is so lovely. We love these flowers. Yeah. Get it together. You need to
I
ring the
can't.
bell. And I'll start putting a wire bell in there.
Okay, I'm
Just kind
sorry
of
I
keep it
asked.
in
I
there.
am sorry I
I'll be like,
asked.
and I'll slip a note in there with a little
No.
flashlight.
Yeah, you need a flashlight, dude. It's dark in there. It's cold. Okay? We need flashlights. No, don't
That's what
tell
I'm
her
gonna do. I'm
no.
gonna give her a little I'll say it's a goodbye box, but in that goodbye box next to her
Yes.
hand is gonna be and
I
there's
don't
gonna
want
be
a
a little,
flashlight because I just want to sleep.
yeah. And so that's where
No,
be
it's not.
No, let her do the
in
flashlight.
there in her
Let her do the
grave is gonna
flashlight.
be, here's your getaway box. Ring the bell. Here's a cell phone. But I
Oh,
swear if I get a
damn.
call, I'm gonna be like, what the fuck do I do? She's gonna be in there. You need to answer. Get me out of here. Oh, I'd be like, that would be so fucking weird. So,
Um, nope.
it,
No, thank you.
so Robert, yeah, her background is an actual cemetery, but she's not sitting in a cemetery right now.
No.
We have not, but
That'd
I
be
know
fun.
someone who really would love to go.
Me and yeah.
Yeah, I would love to.
So,
That should be our next trip.
yes. Okay, so the next couple is the Emmerichs. They're from Oregon, or lived in Oregon. And in an intimate documentary, this was on Living and
Departed.
DYING. Yeah. They captured the final days of this couple as they used Oregon's unalived with dignity law to pass away together in their beds. Now that is romantic. Come on,
What?
I mean, yeah, like I go back to,
Yeah, it's assistant,
right,
you
y-
know, assistant S word.
assistant
S-
unaliving. Well,
Yeah,
but not in a hospital. You're at
yeah,
home
you can do it in your home,
naturally.
or you can do it in a pod in the forest. They have a lot of them. Certain states has the rules, certain states do not allow it.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's actually a big movement for it, especially if you're chronically
Mhm.
ill and
Yeah,
you wanna pass on your terms. Well, this couple wanted to do it on their terms,
that makes
so
sense.
Yeah.
it
Wow.
does.
So I saw a show not long ago. Ooh! Oh, it's a
That's
ladybug.
cool.
That was a ladybug.
Never seen that.
Sorry,
What is that one
Yeah,
about?
I never seen that
there's a ladybug. Um, so
Where'd you find that one at Tubi?
oh my god. Anyways, she was like passing away. It was like a lady talking about like she had cancer and she was passing away, and she said that she didn't want to pass away in her home because she didn't want her family to remember her passing away in this home. Also, not to mention, she didn't say anything, but I was thinking, yeah, because you'd be haunting that place probably. So, would you want to pass away with your person at home
Hell,
naturally or unnaturally?
Hell
hell
no.
no. Because for one, I can go haunt him. Yep.
So, would you want to like pass away with them if you had the option? Would you choose to pass away with them or no?
No.
No, I could see Tiffany. She'd be like, "No, I'm too independent for this." Like,
I
mm-mm.
really am. Like
I waited this long for you. I'll be fine.
I ain't got time.
I'll see you
I
on
ain't got time for that BS. It's all bullshit.
I'll see you on the other side when I'm
Right.
ready.
So
Hell to the no.
the lawyers, Richard and Wanda, married 64 years. 64 years, okay. So they passed a day apart in their mid 80s, holding hands at home with family notating their powerful love story. That was pretty cool. Sorry, I have a rock.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it a pretty rock though?
Mom,
Sure.
no.
This is a
Sure.
Missouri rock.
By the way, my mom said no to your question.
No. Oh, is that who that
She
is?
Yeah. She don't want to go with her.
Oh.
Like,
Significant other.
I'm too independent for that. I
Yep.
waited this long for you. I can wait this long to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
But
Adios.
on the other
And-
over the rainbow you go.
And
to be
see,
fair,
and see, I'm 36, so let's not play around. I ain't got time for the BS.
you're really not even old. You're still young.
I am old.
You're
young.
still
I'm
young.
old. Shut up.
You're not old until you're 72
Oh,
or 87. I don't know. Hopefully, there's nobody 72 or older in this chat. You're not old until you're 95.
100. 100.
So the next couple was some high school sweethearts in North Carolina, Tommy and Diane. They were married for 52 years. They passed away just 4 minutes apart from COVID-19. High school sweethearts who never wanted to leave each other. It's very interesting the final journey people choose or don't choose or have.
59 is not old.
Yeah, that's my mom's age.
That's
I
not old.
know.
See, I said 73. You got 12
You
years.
said 72.
You got 13 years, girl. Then come talk to me. I'm 87 mentally.
Oh my gosh.
Mentally.
Tiffany's over there like freaking 100 years old mentally. Like,
Oh yeah, like 100 plus like 1,005.5.
I feel
Yeah,
that. I feel that.
so
it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It'll be fine. That's
It's
all I gotta say. Yep. Hmm.
it's fine.
It's fine.
I know. Don't
Well,
get suckered into the dating world.
okay, so on
No,
that
thank you.
note, I am so glad everybody showed up today. When I say like we really do appreciate y'all showing up and commenting and sharing. We really do appreciate it because we're doing this podcast for like over a year and a half and it's starting to wear on us. So seeing y'all like, share, and comment is like a big, huge support, and we really, really, really appreciate that. So, anyways, when you go to bed tonight, I want you to think about who are the important people in your life, and would you intentionally go with them when they go, or would you just rather go by yourself?
By myself.
No, don't answer it. Think about it. I want you to be up all night tonight.
No.
Thinking about it.
I
That
gotta
is
work
my
tomorrow.
night every single night. So I hope y'all stay spooky. Have a good night, and we may or may not be on TikTok here in about 10 minutes. Okay, love you. Love you, bye.
Right.